Here we go. So this is, again, top 8 losers. Between Josmarlu and 24914. Again, pretty interesting matchup. One I have a decent amount of experience as personally. Oh, very aggressive plays there. There are definitely matchups where Robin can play more aggressively. I feel like this probably isn't one of them. Roy actually has fairly decent defensive options. Nair out of shield and up B out of shield are pretty good options. Pretty fast options too. A lot of times, if Robin's hitting Roy aggressively, it should be because Robin is like putting a hitbox out into the space that Roy is trying to move into. So trying to like actually aggressively attack on Roy's shield like that probably won't end super well. Nice tricky movement from Josmarlu. The sword, 11 sword there, actually kind of screwing up the tech chase. Could have been a checkmate situation. And gets the ledge trump backer, but doesn't get the sweet spot, and so 2-4 is going to live. 11 forward air, giving him some space. Oh, almost sniped him with that neutral B. But Josmarlu, I mean, that's a great example of like trying to land on your opponent. Like 2-4 was literally in the very center of the stage. There was so much extra space where Josmarlu could have pulled back and just not been in a situation at all where he could have gotten hit. Really, really important. Surprised no jab there, actually. Against Robin, since Robin doesn't have great out of shield options, a lot of times it is better to try to spam the jab a little bit more. Nice clean F-tilt there, running up deep to make sure that the deep sweet spot actually hits and gets the kill. Strings, doesn't quite find the second forward air, but does... Oh, interesting. Very interesting there. Oh no, the grab. Josmarlu actually just made a compilation video. Wow, that parry into Dante. Josmarlu made a compilation video recently of like dash grabs for the Fire Emblem characters, or like grabs in general, looking really, really poorly. And that was a great example of it, where like he dash grabbed and his arm and upper body were just completely inside 24914's shield, and it just still didn't connect. Combo falling up there into second up air. Josmarlu gonna go low. Gonna have to wait out that side arc fire. Chasing a little bit too far into the corner. Yep. Sliding F tilt, really, really good for catching your opponent and moving backwards. However, if it is shielded, it is pretty unsafe. 2-4, definitely definitely the one who's choosing the pace of this game. That's probably having to play at that pace, but finding the edge guard off stage. Oh god, he almost... If he had gotten up aired there, that would have been quite the exchange. Yeah, like you can definitely like sometimes just whiff grabs at point blank. It can be kind of sad. Josmarlu. Definitely doesn't need to run in here though, but does get intercepted. 2-4, sniffing out the full hop there. Full hops is usually a pretty good way to set up offense against Robin, as Roy especially, because falling forward air is really, really safe, and like short up forward air is pretty difficult to approach with, because of the fact that Robin's hitboxes are fairly good, so they can be like if you try to jump inside Robin's space, Robin a lot of times will respond by jumping at you with forward air, kind of like how Roy would jump at you with neutral air to like intercept your movement. Well, having a decent way to get around that, but of course you are still going to be vulnerable to those aerials from Robin rising during a full hop. Nice side B there from 2-4, just completely disarming the neutral B ledge trap. Well, getting clipped by the 11 sword. Nice dodge there, man. That could have been jab backer. Grabs are very, very laggy in this game. Only got the bronze sword there, though. No 11 sword, so up smash is not going to kill. Fire on the shield pretty deep. Nice jump out of it. Backer. Yeah, Backer's another one that's like technically sort of unsafe on shield, but the character like Robin probably isn't going to be able to punish it. And 2-4, just trying to throw out multiple side Bs without actually having the fire thrown back yet. Bit of a missed opportunity there for sure, but the strings, like that's the sort of thing where like you might call that flowchart, but it's just such a strong flowchart. You got to respect it. Like the back air into the book throw into the Thoron, pretty clean stuff, pretty clean string. Gonna put 2-4, 9-1-4 up a game. Okay, let's see. Gonna be Josmarlu's counter pick here. FE grabs are pretty bad. And like, I think that's not the worst thing. Generally, like the FE buttons in general are like pretty long range, and they're generally really safe. So you often don't want to give characters like that really good grabs, because then their pressure just becomes like kind of unreasonable. Because not only do they pressure your shield super hard, but then they also can just open you up at any point in time with grab. That's one of the reasons why Marth in melee is so good, is because not only does he have great buttons and safe buttons, and he's got a great dash dance, he also has a huge grab. So like, it's difficult for you. Exactly, yeah. It's difficult for you to like defend against him because you can't just sit still because then he grabs you. But you can't. It's difficult to like move around too because then he just counter hits you with the big old sword. Yeah. The fact that the Robin has Nosferatu, I think, is really cool. Definitely gives the character like it's sort of like a Bowser-esque pressure. Like the Bowser has really strong mix-ups and really strong reward for his mix-ups, but doesn't really have safety. So anytime like he makes a call, he needs to be right on the call. And Robin's got a little bit of that too. Like that's kind of like how command grabs work in general. Oh man, that was a good idea with the B reverse neutral B, but the long-reaching Nair of 2-4 still hitting Josmarlu out of it, and without the double jump, man, Ray's recovery is so bad. Yeah, if anyone wants to link that, the compilation of whipped grabs in chat, please do. I think I have it configured that Nightbot won't get mad at you. Okay, nice Nair 1. Again, a situation where Nair 1 on shield like would be pretty unsafe. Wow, got the footstool on the jump from the ledge, definitely going for a jump there. And the pretty big call out on the roll attempt, but just difficult to time online. 11 sword definitely outranges Roy, yeah. And the interesting thing is that like the hitboxes are a bit meatier than Roy's. So most sword characters have like a very defined arc, and then like it's only like active for like a couple frames inside that arc. 11 sword's a little bit different. It stays out pretty long with like a fairly strong hitbox. So like even if Robin mistimes it a little bit, a lot of times the hitbox is still there waiting. Man, definitely an opportunity there for the back air, but just a little bit misspaced. Up air. Okay, up air will do it. Smashville, I believe Smashville does have a slightly small... I don't know if it's smaller or larger. I think it's slightly larger ceiling than the average stage. Oh, nice string there. Side B, neutral B. Not getting the kill quite yet, but gonna reset the trap. Down smash, not quite reaching the roll behind. Just maybe slightly misspaced from 2-4. Okay, nice roll through. Actually pretty interesting that there's a gap big enough in the jabs there for an opponent to slip behind. And Josmarlu pressing buttons a little bit too early. Like, that's a sort of situation. It's difficult to do online. Online, it's very, very easy just to, like, fall into the habit of just, oh, well, I just press buttons because, you know, it's so difficult to react because of the input delay. But I feel like even in online, it's still important to, like, recognize the situation and be ready to react to what it is your opponent's doing rather than just pressing buttons. Good side B forward air from 2-4. Dash attack, dude. Dash attack, I feel, is like a little, kind of underrated a little bit for Robin. This move, I think, is kind of good. It's like, it's got good startup, which is the interesting thing. A lot of like 11 aerials are really, really good, really, really good, but they start up kind of slow. So if your opponent's like doing something that's like kind of unsafe, a little bit ahead of you, I feel like dash attack is a good choice. If you have time for the 11 aerials, of course, you know, 11 aerial instead. But Josmarlu taking center stage. Gotta make something big happen, though. 2-4 is just whittling him down. Okay, nice forward tilt to call the movement. No sweet spot, so not a big reward. Man, really, really going for it. Really wants to make the big calls. And that's a scary thing as Roy. Like, there's a lot of situations like right here, especially being like a rushdown heavy, like, scrappy character. It can be very, very tempting to just rush in and press buttons. But then situations like that happen, where, like, you go for a hard read and then you lose the momentum and then you just explode. An excellently timed down smash there. Interesting thing to note is that while the down smash may be able to 2-frame by itself, if Roy up B's too high, he does go completely above the stage there. So that could have also, not only been a 2-frame, it could have also been just him hitting Josmarlu on the way up. And that will be 2-4 9-1-4 set. He will continue on in the loser's bracket.